Hey y'all, this is Strayus, and this is my second time recording this video because I'm trying new technology and it decided not to record my first one of this. So hopefully I don't forget anything, but obviously as you can see, I'm not where I am supposed to be. I'm not where I normally am. My backdrop is very different. That is because I'm in another country. I am finally in Germany. Some of you may know that I was trying to get a video up about it before I left, but I really didn't like it and where it was going, and I kind of thought that I would get a better video out of it if I actually asked questions of Germans that I met before I uploaded the video and kind of put their thoughts into it. Anyways, I'm in Germany, and I'm going to send it back to Past Claire to kind of show you how I got here. I am packing. It is insane. I have one suitcase done over here that I'm probably gonna have to repack because it's not a great suitcase. I have my carry-on, got my masks, I got my other suitcase and my backpack, and I'm trying to pack for a whole year. I just hope I don't forget anything. Okay, so I'm here at the airport. I found a little secluded spot because I don't want people to think I'm super crazy talking to myself in a camera. I'm still not used to this, but here it is. Say goodbye to my parents. I have like 2.5 hours until I board, but I wanted to be super careful. Everything went so smoothly. Like, I just showed my paperwork to the lady at the desk. My bags weren't overweight. I went through security, didn't have to take off my shoes. I was pre-checked. Like, it went so smoothly, I don't even know why. I also got this fun little bag on my hip for my stuff, so I feel more secure and, you know, people won't pickpocket me. So keep you updated when I get on the next flight, and heading towards Frankfurt. Okay, so I'm making my way to San Francisco. About to make my way to the international terminal. Gonna try and find a place to exchange money, and then get on my flight. There was a dog on my flight. Very cute, couldn't pet it. Kind of sad about that. Okay, so I don't know if you could hear it earlier, but I was trying to find currency exchange before I boarded my flight to Germany, but unfortunately, all the ones inside the terminal are closed, so I'm gonna have to wait until I get to Germany to exchange currency, which is fine. I only have 10 euros right now, but be okay. There's like this weird line formed. I think they changed the plane so it's like smaller, and they're trying to get people to either exchange flights or get something in return to not fly on this flight. So it's like, when I walked up I felt like I was missing something, but I think that's what's going on. They're like changing seats and stuff, which like doesn't matter too much to me. Alright, this is dinner for the first night. We got some ham, cheese, and bread. That's just pretty much what I think I'm made out of if you cut me open, so. So now I'm here. There was a piece of that was completely cut out because of how much I was struggling to just get all of my stuff to where I am today. So I'll just like kind of tell you about it. So basically, you know, I got off the plane at Frankfurt. I got to the train station. I went through customs, which is actually a lot easier than most people think it is. It's as long as you have all the paperwork you need, which you can find online before you even go, and look it up and make sure you have everything in order. So I went up to the guy, I had my stuff. He asked me why I'm here, and I said teaching. So he wanted to know if I had a visa, which I don't yet because I don't have a residence. So I was able to give him a paper from the embassy that said that I don't need a visa right now, that I can wait until I get a residency. So that was very straightforward and easy. If you were coming here for a visit, it's the same kind of thing. All you need really is your passport, and right now your vaccination card or proof of negative test. Because I am vaccinated, I was able to not have to quarantine when I got here, which is nice. And other than that, it was really straightforward. So you go through customs, and then I went to the baggage claim area. I found my spot. I found my bags, which are these 2 giant suitcases, and they were the crux of my demise for this trip. So they're like 60 pounds each. I had those 2, and then I had a rolling carry-on. And what I did is I like strapped the rolling carry-on onto on top of like one of the rolling bags, the one that didn't have a trick wheel, because one of them had a trick wheel and I could only pull it one way. So, because I had these giant bags, getting to the train station, you had to take a bunch of escalators up and down to eventually get there, which meant I could not do that because going down an escalator with 2 60-pound plus bags was just not, it was a recipe for disaster. I could go up the escalators pretty well, but like not going down. So I had to find elevators throughout the airport. It was a pain in the ass. So I feel for every wheelchair user out there or anyone who needs the ADA approved, like, it was so much. I was walking way more than I should have just to find one elevator that was in the entire building. But I digress. So I got to my train station. I had to wait about 2.5 hours for my train, which I'd planned for because I wanted the train that took me directly to my city instead of having to do stops and just transfer, because I knew I had my bags with me. And this turned out to be a really good idea because, well, for one, I'm sitting there like waiting, right? Just chilling, communicating with my mom and everything. And I hear on the loudspeaker that my train number, both in German and English, that it was canceled. This was like 10 minutes before I was supposed to leave. And I was like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do if my train's canceled? Like, I barely figured out how to get the right ticket for this, because I actually bought the wrong ticket first. I bought a ticket when I was still in the States. I bought a ticket for the Frankfurt main train station, which is in Frankfurt, not at the airport, in Frankfurt. So I would have had to take a train from there to there. So before I even left, I had done the wrong thing, and then I got another ticket to get on this train. So I was like, how the hell am I supposed to? I barely figured out how to get this train. Like, how am I supposed to? And then a train arrives, and I was like, well, it's exactly at the time and on the platform that my train's supposed to arrive. So I asked the guy next to me, I was like, hey, like showed him my ticket, and I was like, do you think this is that train? And he was like, I thought it was canceled. And I was like, no, I thought I was imagining things. So I like grabbed my stuff and I ran down to one of the conductors came off the train to like get people on and everything, and I answer questions, I suppose. And I like showed him my ticket, and I was like, is this the train? And he said yes. And so I was like, perfect, okay, now I have to get my stuff on the train. I didn't really see this being a problem because most trains I've taken in the past are like flush with the platform, so you can just roll on. But not this one. For some godforsaken reason, this one had stairs, right, on both sides. So I had to take these 60-pound plus suitcases, one with a carry-on strap to the top, and like kind of leverage it and toss it into the train car. And as I'm like sitting there shoving them in, and like at one point it had just toppled over and I had to push it with all my might to get it in and then get the other one in, they were just staring at me like I was a crazy person, not even trying to help. Like, usually Germans have been nice to me, and I was just like, yo, come on. So I got him in, and I didn't even bother trying to find a seat. Like, at that point, I was just like, I'm just gonna stand with my bags, because if I go find a seat, I'm gonna take my bags with me, and then I'm gonna have to roll them back to this car just to get them off the train in 2 hours. So I might as well just stand here in the car. As long as I'm not bothering anybody, I'm fine. And it was fine. It was a really pretty ride. I saw a lot of castles along the way, and And yeah, it was really straightforward. You had to have your ticket out to like hand it to the guy when he comes around eventually. That's usually how trains in Europe are. Like you get on and then you have your ticket with you, and like in the middle of the train ride, the guy will come around and like stamp your little paper thing, or they'll just scan your one on your phone. Pretty easy. But then once I got to the main hub of the city, I had to find my way to another train to take me into the city that was, it's like a town on the outskirts of the city, but it's sadly still in the city. Whatever. Anyways, I had to find a commuter train. So I knew where I was going, but I didn't know what platform to go on, what the train number was, anything like that. I had an idea, but I wasn't sure. So I had to go on this like train board and like find the platform. Then I had to find an elevator, of course, again, because I actually tried like 2 steps down, trying to get down, and I was like, this isn't gonna work, I'm going to die. So I pulled my suitcases back up and went for an elevator. And after going the wrong way like 3 times, I was finally able to find the platform that was gonna take me to my destination. And the train got there as soon as I got there, so it was good timing, I guess. And after I got off the train, I had another half-mile walk. Now, I'm gonna keep emphasizing, my bags were like 60 pounds each, and one had a trick wheel, right? So I get off the train, I have to go up the escalator to get up onto the ground floor, you know, there's like the street side. And then I pulled out my phone to get my Google directions to my Airbnb. And I kept walking, and I kept stopping because they were so heavy, and the cobblestones were like, I wasn't able to just push them because they had 4 wheels. And normally you can just push them, but I wasn't able to do it with the cobblestones. They kept catching, so I had to pull them like normal suitcases. It took me like 30 minutes at least to get to my Airbnb, and it was only supposed to be an 8-minute walk, all because I was stopping and starting. And when I tell you these Germans were like staring at me like I was the idiot tourist, which I felt like, it was insane. I was wearing this jacket, I was sweating. I finally got to the stairs of my Airbnb. Some nice lady who lives downstairs like opened the door for me and held it open for me. It was really sweet. I got my bags into the first part of it's like a building with apartments in it. And then I realized that my apartment was on the 2nd floor. So I had to go up these old ass twisty stairs that like are wooden and creaky, having to pull up these 60-pound bags. Thankfully, because I was already in the building, I could take them up one at a time, because I think I would have just given up if I had to take both of them up at the same time. And I eventually got them up here, threw them into the room, and then just laid down. And there's no air conditioning here, so I was just sweaty and like sitting there, and I was like, I have to tell my mom I got to my Airbnb. Where's my phone? It was horrible. But I got here, and it was fine. And so I was exhausted, I still had to get food, and technically I was supposed to meet someone about an apartment after I'd gotten here. And that is where the title of this video comes from. So essentially, before I left, I had found this place to rent as an apartment with my roommate, who's also in the same program as me, but she's teaching another school. And we had found this place online on a website that pretty much everyone uses to find apartments in Germany. And at first it seemed it seemed perfect for us. It was furnished, it had 2 bedrooms, it was kind of near to both our schools, it felt like it was gonna work out. And we talked to the guy. He was in America, and his family lives out here, but he's not there right now, and seemed fairly legit. We exchanged Instagrams, and I was like, okay, that seems kind of normal because we can't meet in person, so I can understand why he'd want to be able to see our faces at least and know that we're normal people. And then it started to get a little bit weirder, where he asked if he could crash at the place sometimes, and then he never gave us a contract, which I was still waiting for. But he never talked about a contract or anything, so I was still feeling a little bit weird, and I pushed it to the next day, so I wouldn't have to do it immediately when I got here, because I already knew it was gonna be a hell of a day, which it was. And I ended up texting my friend who lives here and asking if he could come with me to visit it, because I didn't want to go alone. Because his son, the guy's son, was actually going to show it to me. But again, I was not feeling real comfortable with it. And my friend agreed to come. But then later that evening, after I had cooled off, gone to the store and gotten some snacks for lunch and dinner and whatever, got back to my apartment, my friend was like, I'm so sorry, I can't come. And I was like, that's okay, I think I'm gonna cancel anyways, I don't feel comfy. So I ended up telling him, hey, I can't go because my roommate's not here yet and I want to see it with her. I'm probably gonna completely cancel because I found some other places to visit. But based on that and the fact that as soon as I got off the plane in Frankfurt, my mother, my aunt who used to be an FBI agent, and my father were all bombarding me with messages saying, don't go see this guy, like we think he might just want you particularly, that's why he wanted your Instagram, and like obviously human trafficking is a huge deal in Europe and all over the world when you're traveling, especially when you're traveling alone. And so they were like super concerned about that, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting some weird vibes too. And my mom was like insistent that I don't go visit, even if my friend came with me. So I decided not to, and feeling really weird about it. I blocked him on Instagram. Hopefully, I mean, if he sees this, who gives a shit? Like, he's not gonna be able to tell where I am, so that's fine. But you have to be really careful if you are someone who's moving to another country. It's really good to do a vibe check on where you're thinking about viewing an apartment and make sure that you feel safe about it. Like, I have my pocket knives with me, like that's all I have right now. I'll be trying to find some pepper spray eventually. I got a lot of things to find. But yeah, I gotta be really careful out there, and it seems pretty clickbaity, but seriously, like the fact that they were so insistent about me like coming here the day I get here and not booking a hotel or apartment that I could just move in, that felt a little weird. Like, there were just a lot of red flags that were starting to fly, and there were enough that we were just like, let's just let it go. Like, I'll find another place, even if it's not as perfect as this one. Like, I'd rather have a peace of mind. And like, another thing that I kept thinking about when I was unsure of it was who else has the key to the apartment? Like, his family lives here in town, so do they also have a key? Would they be able to get in sometimes? And like, it's not like I can just change the locks here like you can in America. Like, I don't think that's really easy to do, so be careful out there. I'm gonna keep trying to be careful. I'm just waiting for my roommate to arrive. I'm gonna have to change hotels because I actually canceled my reservation. I have like only so many days here because I thought I might have an apartment to move into and I didn't want to like spend too much money. So I actually have to move on like a Tuesday, and then I'm gonna have to move again when my roommate gets here because we're sharing an Airbnb. So it's gonna be fun. I'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, I'm in Germany, and I actually had a full conversation with one of my German friends in German, and I felt pretty good about it. I'll be going to my school soon to just do a little hello tour thing because I don't officially start working until the 6th. But yeah, I'm very excited to be here. I'm a little creeped out by the beginning of it, but I made it, and I'm enjoying some good German coffee, some good German food. So if you want to, you know, keep updated on my travels and everything that I'm doing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Hit a like if you like these type of videos. I'll be doing some more of my other videos too while I'm here, especially as I like learn more about the area and everything. I'm hoping to do some castle tours, and I'll be doing like a ghosts German versus America, what people think about those, that kind of thing. But as I am making my way to my new apartment, I will be making kind of these videos, just updating some vlogs. I'm doing my best. I still feel weird talking in public to a camera, so we'll see how that goes. I'll get better at it. But all I have to say now is, auf Wiedersehen, und